Fakakta Comedy Funhouse Network.
Hey folks, this is Kevin from Let's Try This, a podcast with me and my wife Steph, where you will find out that we are anything but the conventional couple. We tackle subjects like professional wrestling, reality TV, and we'll be trying new things like weirdo healthy foods from the section you pass in the grocery store. We think we're funny sometimes, well, at least I do, so we hope you think we're funny too. You can find Let's Try This on the Fakakta Comedy Funhouse Network at FCFnetwork.com, as well as all of your favorite podcast apps. Let's try this, because why not?
MHOG, who's at a party? He lives in the middle, and a dark party. In the city of New Orleans, we keep this middle, we keep it
And welcome back to the Metal Hand of God podcast, the most dangerous podcast in the universe. I am your host, Wayne, and these two fine gentlemen on the airwaves are...
The great one, Buck Lightning.
And...
The RumGuy.
Yes, and joining us, the legendary, the myth, the man himself.
Drowsy.
The sleepiest man on the planet from the UK.
The bastard child of Ric Flair.
Woo! Mart Flannagan is in the house, boys and girls.
I like how he acts like there's only one bastard child of Ric Flair. I'm pretty sure Ric Flair has in every fucking country that has electricity.
I'm sure there's multiple, but I am the bastard child.
Yes. Yeah, he was the first.
And he's the new doctor, and the new doctor's a woman, so go figure.
Yeah, it's all good in the hood.
It's all good in the hood.
Shots fired.
Bang, 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 bang.
So, gentlemen,
Yes.
Adam, you said you've got some great information. Let's hear this.
Wait, before we do that, let me throw this out there. Let everybody know that we did do something pretty nice. We were invited and picked up by a network. We are now officially on the FCF Network, which is the Fakakta Comedy Funhouse. Yeah.
Try that again?
Fakakta Comedy Funhouse Network.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so it was really nice of them to ask us, and we accepted, and we're on their website and everything, and it's all fancy. So that's what you'll hear at the beginning. Now we're going to have a bumper from the network, and we'll do some ads for their shows as well. So we appreciate you guys putting us on.
Yeah, thank you so much, and be nice working with y'all.
Hell yeah.
And
So,
on that good note,
let's go into the seedy topics that Adam has. Come on, Adam. Let's get something really gushy.
All right, let's see. Should I go with politics or something sillier? The politics thing isn't that heavy, though.
It's not that heavy.
all right, if you're going to start with the politics, we can clean it up after that. Do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So America went through a pretty strange transition in the last, I'd say, week and a half.
Would you say we had a sex change?
No, there's no chicks there.
Okay.
No. Do y'all know about Anthony Scaramucci?
Yes.
Yes.
So, oh my God.
Yeah, he's a fun guy.
I just got a text. No, I'm sorry. I just got a text that Inquisitor pop that I've been wanting. Apparently, Fletch got one in, so I might have to suck his dick. I don't know.
Well, you know, you can just order them off of Walmart. I'm just letting you know that now.
Why are you letting me know that now?
Because I only saw it like 2 days ago, so just sorry.
Still 2 days. I'm glad you stopped me from sucking a dick. Anyway,
See? Looking out.
No, so there's this rich, I think he's a venture capitalist guy named Anthony Scaramucci, big, quick-talking New York guy, and he was apparently a big Trump supporter. So somehow or another, like he sort of weasels his way into. I think he had like donated a lot of money, but he weasels his way into Trump's good graces. And like somehow this dude has no experience whatsoever, ends up the White House communications director like last week, like like July 25th or somewhere around that.
Well, you know, I'm just gonna say in his defense, I don't think any of the people that Trump hired have any experience whatsoever.
That's not really true, but anyway, but so the guy like does all right. So the communications director, as far as I know, is supposed to basically like just
Communicate.
sort of, yeah, he's supposed
Talk
to
to
communicate, but he's supposed to also keep communications like to a minimum and like not have just like leaks and like have people run their mouths. So for some reason, this fucking idiot like calls a reporter with, I think it was the New York Times, or maybe it was the New York. It was one of those, and like starts talking to the guy and is saying things like, so the White House chief of staff at the time was a guy named Reince Priebus, and he's like, and there's another guy named Steve Bannon. He's like, these fucks, these fucking pussies, I'm gonna fucking fire all these fucks. And then apparently at the end he was like, so we're cool, right? And the reporter was just like, yeah, we're cool, and immediately posted that shit. And he was like, he posted this tweet that's like, I stupidly put my trust in a reporter. I'll know never to do it again. Like, it's fucking insane. So like, and Trump's not the kind of guy that cares about this. Like he probably liked it a lot. So then there's like this whole weird thing where apparently like, so he's like, this guy Scaramucci starts going on news shows and he's like, Reince Priebus has been leaking information, and then like on Twitter saying I never said that. Like it's very Trumpian. It's a very Trump thing to do. But apparently, like, so he got Reince Priebus fired. He got like a bunch of people fired actually, and then Monday morning, apparently it got back to Trump that people really thought this guy was funny, and he was sort of like, somebody said, he's kind of stealing your spotlight. So Monday morning, Trump fired him.
He had that position, of any position in a warehouse, in the White House, I believe he had a job there the shortest. I think that's what they said.
He got the record.
He got fired that fast in White House history.
Well, actually, not only that, but there was somebody posted. I don't know, 100. I'm pretty sure this is true, but I'm not 100%. So apparently, Reagan had someone. It might have even been the same position, like communication director, but he had hired someone that he found out like 11 days in that this person, like when they were a kid, were part of a Nazi youth group. And he fired this person, and somebody was like, Anthony Scaramucci lasted like 2 days less than an actual Nazi.
And do you know who that was? Richard Simmons.
Oh,
well, was it? Was Richard Simmons?
Richard Simmons.
Wow.
I can't confirm that, but I'm pretty sure.
Mart.
Yes.
Do you know any of this stuff that we're speaking?
Yeah. I mean, Anthony Scaramucci, you know why they hired him, don't you? He was an investment banker, worked for Goldman Sachs. So he was he's basically a massive liar. So that's obviously why they hired him.
No, they hired him because he was on the air, like, kissing Trump's ass. Like, that's... Well,
he's got a history in private wealth management. So
it doesn't matter. All you have to do is be vaguely famous and tell Trump he's awesome. That's how Trump works. That's like... Like
I guess that's
a TV show about
a complicated guy.
I guess that's why we're not on any of his, we never said we're not famous enough.
I still can't believe your country's run by somebody who looks like a shaved version of Elmo from the Muppet Show.
A shaved version of Elmo.
Yeah, he's proper Sesame Street fodder. He's a strange looking fucker who's obviously got no clue.
Mart, what kind of sick fucks are you? Why are you shaving Elmos down there?
That's what they call a vagina.
The day I found out that Elmo was voiced by a huge black guy it was a turning point in my life.
That rapes children.
So you shaved the Elmo looking to see if it was a little black guy underneath?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be little Coleman, but no, it wasn't.
You thought it was going to be a little cow.
Everyone likes different strokes.
By different strokes, you mean child's penises?
No, I meant Gary Coleman. But no, let's not talk about child's penises. This is This is network airwaves.
No,
Network airwaves.
Hey, they
Got
look.
something more exciting than politics.
Hey, look, dude. That network knew what they were getting into when they asked us to be on that network.
I don't know that they did. I think they looked into it.
I think we still got a little bit of an echo, but we're going to work through that.
We got it. It's okay. We got this.
Okay.
It's just we're just telling Adam stuff
what else
twice.
do we have that isn't politics that is exciting and amazing?
I did get to go see. I have something funny. I went to go see fucking Corey Feldman live. We never talked about that.
Awesome.
Did you go with Latty and?
He was there. Yeah, I talked to him. Yeah, he was there.
Yeah,
Well,
I've seen
how
some
was
footage.
Me and Caitlin went because Gary hooked us up, so we got in and. Man, that show, it was, look, I'll put it this way. It was bizarre as fuck. Don't get me wrong. Like, the show was completely bizarre. And it was
It was entertaining.
Yes, and it was very surreal to see him on stage. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to watch this guy on stage is very surreal. But it was actually super entertaining. Like, it really was. He put on a fucking hell of a show. He did 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Like, you couldn't really ask for much more from a performer to do 2.5 hours. That's a lot of work, man. He did like costume changes. He had those girls come up and do, you know, some of the girls did different songs. One of the girls
are candy. That's nice.
Yeah, one of the girls did. Well, he did a cover section where he did like 4 or 5 covers, and like they were all from movies that he was in.
Like Rock and Roll High School.
Yeah, he did something from there. He did something from the Goonies, but he didn't sing that one. The girl sang that one. He did the song from Lost Boys, which was actually really good. I was surprised.
Don't Cry Little Sister.
Yes.
What a shocker.
That's a good song.
So I was really impressed by him. I mean, like, and from what I've heard from the people who dealt with him in the back, that he was not a giant cock, that he was actually a really nice guy. So
that's cool. And just to add on to that comment about Cry Little Sister, that best cover that I ever heard was from a group called Red Sun Rising. Really, really good cover. Check them out.
Isn't that supposed to be the most popular stripper song in the world or something?
And you know what's funny? He did say that. He goes, you know, I learned something like in the last couple of years that this song is the most popular song in strip clubs ever.
That's kind of sad, isn't it?
Why?
I mean, because if you think of the lyrics of the song, it just seems, you put it in that context, it seems very kind of sad.
It sounds kind of rapey.
It does.
Yeah.
It sounds
kind of
like a cry for help.
Incesty? Yeah, I guess. So you're saying it sounds English, right, Mart?
Oh, for fuck's sake. You've been on there. How long before you're abusing me?
Hey, man. Look. I had to throw something out at you, dude. It's been too long. You know you missed it.
It's really weird.
Horrible people.
For those who are joining us from the network, Mart is actually from the UK.
Figure that shit out. Are you fucking retarded?
For our new listeners. No, I mean there are people who fucking talk like Mart from here.
No, he's from New Jersey.
I know that.
What?
I don't even know where New Jersey is.
It's somewhere over there.
It's not far from New York.
It's right around the street from your neighborhood.
Not far.
You've got to bear in mind, I've got zero concept of how big your country is because of how small the UK is. It's like Las Vegas is next to Washington, is next to Atlanta. It's all the same shit to me.
If you think of our country as a full-grown penis as opposed to your baby penis, New Jersey is the ball hair right around the taint.
Oh shit. So Mart, since you haven't been on here, what have you been doing?
I've been playing a lot of shows, man. Hell of a lot of shows.
Good.
And how's that going? I mean, I see the shows all the time. I just don't know how they go.
Really well, actually. The last few we've had capacity crowds. I mean, you've seen the pictures online. Yeah. It was insane. Some of the best shows we've ever had. It just seems like things are starting to pan out quite nicely.
And Skeletal Damage will be taking over the UK this year.
And then the US
I don't
next
know
year.
about taking over the UK, but I want to get over there. I do. I want to get playing in the States.
Come
well,
on.
you can come over here. You come over here. That's good. We'll bring you over here. We'll start.
I can get the shows. It's just a logistical nightmare of financing it.
Just get a boat.
You know how we'll welcome you when you come here.
I'm really going to regret asking this, but how?
With arms wide open.
That's so fucking fat.
It's like I've walked into a room with Creed.
Yeah.
Apollo Creed, maybe. What?
What?
In the
What happened to
face.
Creed? What happened to that guy?
What?
Scott Strap.
Scott Stapp?
Scott Stapp. He's doing something else now, isn't he? He's in some sort of piece of shit group.
I think he's in jail. I really
No.
don't.
Check it shit now.
I don't know.
So he's in his own prison?
Yeah, he's in my own prison. That was a good one.
Humor.
That was a good
You're
one.
not going to get that anywhere else.
No.
The MHOG.
Creed in the house.
I don't think anybody wants it anywhere else.
That's true. That's true.
You can do a doubleheader concert. Creed and Nickelback.
It's the
Please don't ever even mention my band in the same sentence as those two gigantic steaming piles of shit.
What the fuck?
Well, you wouldn't open for them. You'd be right in the middle.
No, I'm not going to be the sausage in that particular hot dog of bullshit.
Well, I've heard
Gonna be the
Skeletal
donut?
Damage has got some great songs that could fall into that vein of Nickelback-ish. type.
I'm gonna stop you right now. Right, this is a line of discussion that just doesn't need to go any further.
Well,
But it's so true.
That's a good compliment coming from all those people that have been diehard Nickelback fans that really like Skeletal Damage.
I mean, I could see it in your face, man, when you're up there on stage. I watch these videos and you're just, man, you feeling it.
Channeling my inner Kroger.
Did you ever notice that the lead singer from Nickelback does look like the bad guy from Die Hard? The character was.
He kind of does a
Which
little
one?
bit.
There's like 5 films.
Like Alan Rickman.
Well, Alan Rickman in
I know
the
who you're
first
talking
one.
about. No, he doesn't look like Alan Rickman. What
Just-
the fuck are y'all
Yes, he
talking
does. Yeah, he looks like
Nothing
Alan
like it.
Rickman from Die Hard.
No, wait, it's not Alan Rickman. It's the other dude. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Talking about Ellis?
Elvis.
Ellis.
The guy that's like Hans Booby.
Yes.
He doesn't look like him either.
Yes.
What are y'all talking about?
Yes, he does.
Hans
I mean, look at
Gruber.
the twins.
Hans' brother.
Ellis
Hans
has got
Gruber.
brown hair.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I am
Personal
just-
opinion, I think they look alike.
Guys, I'm just, leading the blind here. I'm letting Rum talk.
You're all jerk offs.
Don't hate us, dude. Don't hate.
It's hard not to.
That's what beautiful.
Yes. Don't. What commercial was that? I know it was Kelly
was a
LeBrock, but
It was a butter commercial.
no. Kelly LeBrock saying, "Don't hate me because I'm beautiful."
Oh, I'm thinking.
L'Oreal?
I'm thinking. I can't believe it is a butter.
What the fuck? How did you get that?
Are you talking about the L'Oreal
L'Oreal.
commercial?
Yeah, I couldn't remember the fucking commercial called.
Because she's worth it. If you're talking about L'Oreal commercials and Chad Kroger as well, don't you think that Chad Kroger looks more like Nick Cage in Con Air?
No.
Yeah,
does?
that's
No.
one. Yeah.
No. No,
Sorry.
he doesn't.
Right, Rome?
What's that?
Because he looks like the guy in Die Hard, right, Rome?
He does. He can only look like one bad guy.
If anybody's got Google out there,
I'm
Google
Googling it right now.
Google Bill Bailey.
I-
That's a rum lookalike.
What's his name?
Bill Bailey is an English musical comedian, and he's got a lot of rum about him.
Bill Bailey, everybody.
I think he talked
Bill
about
Bailey.
this.
Oh, that doesn't look like him either.
No, he said he looks like you.
No, he looks like Joe Cocker.
Why you got to bring cock into this?
Oh,
He's a rum guy.
cock.
I don't
cock
know. I just turned it
butter.
on, and here you guys are. So
Wow, dude. Yeah. Yeah, you put some glasses on
what
this
other
dude.
information we got? We got news and exciting shit that's been happening in the world of New Orleans and the UK.
Lots of murders.
Neat.
Awesome.
I can do one of the other stories. I have 2 other stories.
Well,
Throw them down,
give us the
dude.
good one.
What?
Give us the good one.
Well, this one's fun. So, Facebook created 2 artificial intelligences. I don't know. Anyway, sure. Anyway, so they created 2 AIs and programmed them to barter like deals for like various whatever objects and shit.
As a thing for practicality or just as an experiment?
I think it's basically a test to see like how they function, like when you just give them basic instructions and like see they because I mean technically like an AI is supposed to like make its own decisions, but like I guess you give it basic instructions and let it figure out on its own and like advance from there. I don't know. Anyway, so it's like, all right, well, you 2 barter this deal. Like it was like stuff like hammers and fucking lawn chairs and growlers from Rum's basement. And, so they program the things and they start communicating, and they're both instructed to communicate in English. And then something went wrong, and so the robots start communicating, and they're using words in English, but they're not using them with any sort of syntax. So it'd be like, I give hammers, it, believe, choose. Like they would be using language. But the thing is like both AIs seem to understand each other. And so
that's weird.
The people who programmed it started to get freaked out. Like at first they were just like, oh, I guess they're malfunctioning. And they're like, no, they're communicating. They know what's going on. Now it's not quite as salacious as what it sounds like. But it actually, what near as they can figure, the program or the AIs basically created their own form of shorthand.
Interesting.
To communicate,
to make it more efficient to barter.
Right. So instead of like speaking out long ways, they turned to like a verbal form of shorthand. But it's still
they made verbal emojis.
If you want, sure. So that's pretty fucking crazy.
What is nuts?
It was like a text-based shorthand, but in a verbal.
Yeah, I think they were actually speaking. I don't think it was like written out on a computer screen. Actually, I don't know, but I think that's what was going on.
That's weird.
I think that's,
hey, that's interesting.
Skynet.
Yeah, I saw how that movie ended. It's not good.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Like we are prone to think of like Skynet kind of type of shit, like computer or the Matrix. Computers basically designing the human beings are a plague. But actually, like let's say 20 years from now, like artificial intelligence is like a thing. Like they exist and they, we've been using them for like 10 years or so. What's actually going to happen is we're going to have like this new, like, it won't be called human rights. It'll be called just like life rights movement that's going to accuse human beings of enslaving computers.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not kidding. Like that's what's going to happen. Like,
So
it's not.
I completely agree. That's why I said yeah.
Well, you know that we've seen the movies on how that all ends, and it ends up being a satellite that we launched into space about 30 years ago that has collected all the data that comes back to take over the Earth. We saw that in Star Trek.
Yeah.
That sounds like Planet Hulk.
Planet Hulk.
Yeah, he got fired off into space.
That's true. Yeah.
Come back and kicked ass.
Yeah, we keep getting the signs, but everybody ignores it. We just it's science fiction. Is it?
I think the scary part about all this is the fact that when they create these neural nets, that eventually, as AI advances and obviously it started to create its own shorthand, how long is it going to be before they start communicating in a way that we can't break down, that we can't understand? And that's when things start happening. I mean, I'm not talking about Skynet and computers taking over the world, but neural nets seem to be the way that people are moving towards, and it's sketchy that You know what I mean? If they start communicating in a language that we have no idea how to interpret, then we've lost control.
Right.
I'm sorry, Mart. I didn't understand a word you said.
Seriously?
No, I'm
He's fucking with you, dude, completely.
We're talking about languages. Never mind. It was funny.
It won't matter.
Sorry. I don't know how well you can hear me. I'm sat here talking to my fucking mobile phone.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
you're doing good.
he's
Doing good.
fucking with you completely, Mart. He's being the rum guy, dude. Come on.
It won't
No,
matter.
but
As
you're
long as
absolutely right.
baseball bats will win.
We're putting technology too far right now. I think we need to slow it all down because there's no. I mean, for one thing, who can afford a phone every year? I mean, that's ridiculous. Why do we need a new freaking phone every fucking time one comes out? That's stupid.
All right,
I just get an upgrade on my contract. I'll just get given one.
Well, that's nice for you.
and this has been the old guy.
We got the new Xbox coming out. Xbox X.
Xbox X, yeah.
That's super tech. We got fucking computers. We're talking in the middle of the room and having the computer do shit for us, like what is that? Alexa and whatever the fucking Google this, Google Home, and it's just weird. It's bizarre. You know, it's like going into people's houses now, and I just start messing with stuff while they're in other rooms. Like I ask Google, shut all the lights off. Goes dark. Google, turn on all the TVs. Boom, all the TVs are on. It's kind of fun, but it's kind of like when the clapper first came out. You're just walking around clapping like seals.
Right.
Turn shit
Right.
off. Yeah, we've come so far.
You're so old. You're such an old man.
Yeah,
I have to say, I think it's frightening how fast technology's come along. I mean, if you think about when we were kids, not rum, obviously. That's just slightly before fire and ice.
That was good.
When we were kids.
That was good.
When we were kids, what the level of technology was. I mean, fucking hell, I had an Oric and then an Atari. Atari was like cutting edge technology. Now you're looking at games where it's like virtually real life. It's fucking scary.
I'll do you one better. Mart, your grandkids, when they talk about you, are going to be like, Granddad, like, he was born before the turn of the century.
Yeah, I know this shit.
It's going to be so weird, dude.
Your grandkids are gonna be listening to your music, going, "God, I hate classical."
Yeah, and it's stuff like like it's his band,
And yeah, all the Nickelback covers. And
yeah,
stuff.
right, exactly, 100%.
My grandkids are going to be listening to my music, and they're going to feel the same reverence as I would if I was a child of Robert Plant listening to Led Zeppelin.
Speaking of Robert Plant and Led Zeppelin,
This motherfucker.
Yeah, he just compared himself to Robert Plant of Led Zeppelin.
Have you heard the band Greta Van Fleet?
Greta Van Cleet.
I've heard of Greta Van Susteren.
Or Cleet, whatever the fuck they're. Amazing group, amazing band. And speaking of sounding a lot like Zeppelin, holy shit.
Really?
Do you mean
I didn't think anybody could do that.
Greta Van Fleet? Or Cleet?
Yeah, Fleet. Whatever.
Fleet, yeah.
I thought it was Fleet.
I like the way Mark goes, do you mean that, you stupid American?
But it's just it's amazing to me that they've nailed that 70s sound, and whether they meant to sound like them or not, it's coming across. Look them up if you haven't heard them, and tell me
I'm looking them up now.
Yeah, look it up now.
It says they're American. I'm not listening to it.
You asshole.
You will learn something.
I mean, I guess not everything can be, Nickelback covers.
No, if it's not British, I won't listen to it. You can't compare things like that to Judas Priest and Led Zeppelin and the Beatles. No.
Judas Priest?
Judas Priest, you heathen.
Oh, I thought you said a Jewish priest. I'm going, I don't think that works that way.
Jesus. Going back to technology, I was reading this story. There was apparently some company actually did start microchipping their employees.
Yes, I read that too. That's fucking crazy.
But it's also stupid. Like, we have cell phones. Like, they're like all this like shit that we've heard over the last few decades. Like, they're gonna start microchipping people. They don't need to. But,
I like microchicking.
Microchicking people.
Midgets.
They're gonna put little girls inside of you.
Well,
little hot midgets.
I like to eat microchick.
Microchicking.
Did you get your microchick in you yet?
Be like the Oompa Loompa whorehouse.
Yeah, you're just shoving these little Oompa Loompas up your ass.
That sounds like something you'd enjoy.
Hey now.
Next on Tiny House Nation, the world's smallest brothel.
Thank you. The world. Oompa Loompa. Doopity doo. I've got a vagina.
Got a hand job
Especially for you.
Dude, a friend of mine went to Prague, and he said the greatest day of his life was when he finally got to bang a midget prostitute. He said it was like the pinnacle of his life.
That's really sad. That's incredibly fucking sad.
I was actually going to say the same thing.
The dude's got a checklist. He's got like a worldwide checklist, and I think that little people were sort of on the tail end of the checklist that he'd gone through.
Well, you want to start at the bottom.
First of all, little people don't have tails. That's fucking prejudice. Secondly, the fact he has a list of midgets he needs to fuck is incredibly creepy.
No, he's got a list of types of women that he wants
It's like
to
his
fuck.
bucket list of sex.
It's just we're on the end of that list because he'd already got through a sizable chunk of his list.
I'm impressed.
He wasn't.
He'd already raped a goat and fucked a transgender.
Yeah, was a tranny on there?
God. Let's just leave Bruce Jenner out of this.
All right, just checking.
He'd already gotten a glory hole in Prague.
Kept it as a souvenir.
When did the term trap come up?
Years ago.
It's been around for a little while, but I don't think it's been famous until that incident.
Really? Okay.
What is that?
I didn't know what it meant.
A device that you can't get out of?
Yes.
It means when you when a transgender person tricks you into sex, I think.
How does that? You just get
Like
to the
you
point and go, no.
Like it's a trap.
It's a trap.
Well, so it was some sort of like fucking gay convention, like not like fucking gay, but like an actual gay convention, and somebody was asked that at a panel, like, are traps gay? And like they were so pissed, like it was an honest question, and they were so pissed off they kicked the person out of the convention.
Triggered.
But
They trapped them.
but I'd never heard the term before. It's fucking whatever.
I would say, yeah.
Well, my thing is, I'm just curious. Is like, I thought it was like a YouTube convention because I think those guys were vloggers, and
they save a lot of money on trying to rent a space to have it.
The people
online.
The people that were talking about it were vloggers, but it wasn't. I don't think it was like VidCon was 2 months ago.
Right.
That was a big YouTube convention, but I think this was like something gay specific.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was like gay YouTube convention, like gay and transgender shit.
I don't know.
I don't really remember. I didn't read the whole story.
But it's pretty crazy. I saw the clip of the guy, when he asked him, and it seemed like it was an honest question. It didn't seem like he was being a dick about it. He was just curious.
It was an honest question, but people are fucking stupid. They're all pussies.
I agree.
I was going to put
think
it in
they
a
have
slightly
pussies.
nicer way, but yeah, I think you're exactly right there, Adam. I think that people just they're on a knife edge constantly, waiting to get triggered. It's like they're in the starting blocks, and the second someone says something in the general area of offence to some tiny part of some fucking subgroup or minority, that they're ready to just bare their teeth and go full force, and it's absolutely fucking stupid.
I've gotten to the point in my life where I don't care. I really
Yeah.
don't. I have a
I've got
filter,
stuff
and I know how to use my filter, when I'm in groups and when I'm with people. And I have a lot of friends from a lot of different backgrounds that have various views on life. And I'm all good with that. But when a person whose view, they think their view is paramount, more important than anything I have to do or have to say, or obstructs me from living my life or someone else's life that I like, then I have a problem with that. And I'll let them know. And I will let them know without any filter and without any, nice words. I'll just let them know. And I don't care what they think about me because I'm only here for so long and they can all suck my ass. Suck it.
I'm disgusted.
Would you like them to use their tongue?
Suck it.
Just suck it. No, you're gross.
This has been the last episode of the Metal Handed Guy podcast. I'll be vomiting.
Hello, everybody. Quit being so fucking sensitive. Just
Everybody's so
life is
uptight
that
these
fast.
days, man. The world is
Rip something.
fucking
I
up.
like how Rum started off kind of vehement about his point, about making that particular point, and in the end, sort of tailed off into kind of creepy.
Into some ass sucking. Yeah. Like, yeah. It's interesting.
Well, it's probably something that some people are familiar with. I don't know. Suck it.
I was listening to a show that I listen to pretty regularly, the Dave Rubin show, and he had on it's a YouTuber named Lacey Green, who's like I think she's technically like the biggest feminist blogger on the internet.
Oh,
I think she has like 1.5 million followers, something like that.
Nice.
And, so she's had like an interesting like couple of months because like she started dating this dude who's not a feminist. Like he's also like a semi-famous YouTuber, and she put out a video where she said, I want to start talking to people who I disagree with. I want to have like debates and like have discussions with people and try to find their perspective and try to share with them mine. And like basically the SJW community like lost their shit, like completely turned on her. And like she was talking about how like she lost people that she was like she considered like very close friends, that people that she knew in real life and like traveled with and went to weddings. And it's just fucking crazy. Like, and all she said, she was like, all I said was like wanted to have discussions with people. Like,
Yeah,
it's a cult.
It is. It's a world brainwashed by fucking ignorance.
I think it's basically people over the years are just patting each other on the back and stroking their heads and going, there, don't get offended, don't get offended.
It's generations of people being coddled.
Yeah, exactly. And then now we have this end result, which is like some bastard spawn from some crazy dimension from Rick and Morty. And it's just, and look at what we're left with: slime.
Slime, yeah. You're dead on, man. Dead on.
Feminist slime. I'll say this on air. I don't give a flying fuck what they think about me. Right?
Yeah, and he eats gluten too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to say this. These feminazis, they grind the fuck out of my gears because everything they say is bullshit. It's loaded statements taken from a perspective nowhere in the real world, aimed at people who aren't actually trying to offend them in the first place, just trying to live their lives like they have done for fucking generations. And then this tiny population of people who think they're the fucking God on earth decide to go and tell everyone how to live their lives and how they're all wrong because these fucking imbeciles are completely correct. No, you're not. You fucking idiots. Go and take your retard pills, bury yourselves in a hole, and die. Sorry.
Retard pills.
I know you're not supposed to say the R word.
Are you suggesting I'm not God?
Are you a feminist?
You're a feminist?
Oh, I don't know. He was talking about people that like think they're God.
No,
yeah, he was talking about feminists, man.
So I am funny. Okay, good. Hey, we're cool. I'm God. All right, sweet.
I can deal with I can deal with Charles Manson. I can't deal with these fucking idiots.
More and more of them, and there'll be the reason why we all burn in the end.
Did y'all? Y'all wouldn't have heard about this, but just to kind of move on a little bit. So I was asked recently by Wayne's old lady or I guess young lady, to watch 13 Reasons Why or whatever. What the fuck is it called?
That Netflix series about the teen suicide?
Yeah, 13 Reasons Why.
Okay. I did because it looked like shit. But a study came out. Google searches for how to commit suicide went up 26% after that show debuted.
Awesome.
Well, just fact checking.
Yeah.
It glorifies suicide. It's a fucking abomination of a series.
I loved it.
One woman actually in Florida found her son wrote 13 reasons why he was going to kill himself, and thankfully she found it and she stopped him and she got him help.
Oh, good.
Well, I really liked this show. I thought it was great. It was well written. It was really good.
That's fine, but it's clearly having a negative effect. Maybe not across the whole country, but
it's having a negative effect across the world. It's hit here quite badly.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
since I've gone up down there.
Like England isn't depressive enough.
Well, you know what, man?
Your weather's so sunny and it's cheerful there. I don't understand.
Look, it's just thin in the herd, man. Thin in the herd. If you're that fucking stupid to kill yourself for our goddamn TV show, that's just the same as people killing themselves. But that's just the same way as people are killing themselves over fucking music.
No, because the difference being is you're watching a show which, like, you might not make the connections. Look, I'm not saying the show's responsible for people killing themselves, but you have these kids who really aren't that bright because they're not taught like how to think for themselves anymore, and they watch this show where it's like, oh, I feel like that, oh, someone treated me like that, like you can talk people into quite a bit, you know, especially like impressionable kids. Like I'm not saying these kids like if they did kill themselves, like the show would be responsible, and I'm not even saying necessarily that the show has to be taken off the air or anything like that. I don't know if they really need a second season of this shit, but like, you know, like, so, okay, like I want to say one of y'all had said something like how damaging the what was it, 16 and Pregnant was?
Yeah.
Was that you?
Probably.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
That show actually statistically like teen pregnancies have gone down since that show hit the air. Like it had a demonstrable effect, you know. And like this show, like, and again, I'm not saying the show needs to be taken down, but clearly something's going on where these kids aren't seeing it as a warning sign that you shouldn't kill yourself. Instead, they're seeing it as like, oh, I feel that way.
The trouble is, it's not angled as a warning sign. The series is depicting suicide as a reasonable response to a set of challenges that anyone might experience, and it's putting it directly at the feet of other people.
Is that how you? That's what you got out of that?
No, that is exactly what it's doing. Even Samaritans released a statement about the show. Do you know what I mean? When Samaritans, do you have Samaritans over there?
I don't even know. No.
I mean,
Samaritans is like, you know, it's a call center for people who, you know what I mean, who are having a lot of problems.
Okay, like a hotline.
Yeah,
we have a word for it, but that's cool. Yeah, gotcha.
And they released a statement about it. You know what I mean? It is exactly what it is. It's showing suicide as a reasonable response, and it isn't. Do you know? It really isn't.
So I have not seen it. I've seen it on the on Netflix as a Netflix original series, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
It's actually, I just find that hard to believe. Well, no, I don't. I guess. I mean, there's other. You put teens and problems in a TV show, you've made money. I mean, that's how the WB stayed in business for so long. You know,
if you're going to put teens and problems and death in a show, let's just give them battle royale. Let's not have them kill themselves. Let's have them killing each other.
Well, wait, but how is
deathmatch?
But how is that better?
Because it's not real.
Neither is this show.
Yeah, but the impact it's having is real. That's the trouble.
Battle Royale is depicting something that's clearly like fantastic and fictional, like shit, like kids, like that 13 Reasons shit. Look, and again, I haven't seen the show. So
right. I know.
I'm not saying that the show's well written. I don't fucking know, but like it's something that I went through, like, you know, and still struggle with a little bit, but you know, I'm not everybody's built the same. Some people are simpler and don't quite, you know, and especially when you're a kid and your body's just flooded with hormones, like you don't know fucking up from down. Like,
well, does this mean then maybe? I mean, how many years ago was it they made TVs with V chips, and don't these people have parents? I mean, I remember back in the day. He was like, no, you can't watch that. You're not old enough.
But how many of these kids' parents have to work full time?
My parents worked full time. I still had a fucking sense in my head.
You said
don't do that. Don't do that.
You set a cow on fire.
Yeah, but they didn't tell me not to do that.
I can't even argue with that logic. I don't. You're right.
There's no arguing with that.
Oh, look, and you know,
what I'm saying
that's one of the best sentences I've ever heard on this podcast.
but the thing of it is
so the name of this episode.
Nobody's taking responsibility for any of it. I mean, if you laid a gun on a table and said, "Don't touch that," with a parent in the room, the kid probably not going to touch it. But with nobody around, that kid's going to go over and grab that gun.
Right.
The problem is that culture is a force of nature. Like you're literally fighting the tide. Like it's like, okay, like the transgender thing when it comes to kids. Most of these kids that are either self-identifying or transgender, or being identified as transgender. Some of them are. The majority are not. But they're being told like, oh, like if you don't feel comfortable in your own skin, oh, it's because you're trans.
No, it's probably because it's puberty and you don't know what to fucking do with yourself.
Right, but that's not what the culture is telling them.
Well, the fucking culture needs to wake the fuck up.
And when you have like, again, I'm not saying the show is responsible for people killing themselves. I'm just saying when you have a show that's like, see, this is what happens when you're mistreated, and you go and you commit suicide. It's a force of culture. Like you can't necessarily keep that from your kids all the time. You know, like I was listening to somebody was talking about, oh, actually it was Lacey Green. She was talking about something disturbing. Like she talks to like 10-year-olds that disturbingly are like, they're finding hardcore pornography at like 9 and 10 years old. Like that's their first exposure to sexuality, is hardcore pornography that they find on the internet. So it's not that all the parents are just shitty parents. I mean, I'm sure some or many of them are, but you can't fucking watch your kid like 24/7. I mean, Wayne, how often do you turn around and the kid's like jumping on a couch?
Oh yeah, all the time, dude.
Now, how many times is he jumping on the couch watching hardcore porn?
I mean, all the time.
But that's technically because Wayne was watching.
But that's because I was watching, you know?
I'm just saying, I mean, times have changed, but people really haven't changed. What's changed is the way people interact and react. That's been the problem.
But that's culture.
But no, that's just the fucking times, man. You call it culture, call it what you want. Culture, we're the same. The problems we have today, they had 10 years ago, they had 20 years ago, basically the same problems. They were just handled differently.
Because nobody had a voice back then. Nobody had a voice. Now people have everything thrown in the face constantly all day. People's faces are glued to the mobile phones, to the laptops, to the
you're
PCs.
Absolutely right.
YouTube. You can respond to it as well. I think when Twitter first came out and people realised that they could have a direct impact on a current event. You know, when you have these ticker tapes of the Twitter feed underneath, like
just look
news
at our
programs
politicians
and things like that. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I think people suddenly felt this little wave of personal power that they had to make an impact, whereas realistically, all it was doing is just getting glossed over. But it started a tsunami of keyboard warriors that is just ever growing. It's getting out of hand.
And you're right, and it is getting out of hand. And I just think, though, that we are all born, whether we know it or not, with an innate sense of right or wrong, to a point. We know if it hurts, it's probably bad. Like if I'm touching fire, don't touch fire. Fire bad, tree good. Okay,
fire burns.
That's not true either. I mean, people cut themselves.
Right.
I understand that. But you're cutting yourself. You're cutting yourself because of another reason, not because, I mean, you're cutting it whether you like the feeling, that's fine. It's releasing a chemical reaction that you actually seem to be addicted to or whatever. But usually it's depression. It's some sort of other thing that led to you being a cutter. Or something has happened to you one way or another. You perceive something in one way. Somebody was there, whatever it was, but it's
they
on you.
still know what they're doing is wrong.
Right. They know it's wrong.
But their sense of right and wrong is askew. Like they feel like they deserve the pain.
Well,
like, there's not an internal sense of like those are all values. Like the only
know it's wrong though.
The only internal senses that you have are fight and flight. Like feed yourself, shit, sleep, like things like that. Everything else isn't built in. Like that's why we have so many like shitty people, because they have shitty parents who don't teach them right from wrong.
Right, and we just came back full circle to what I said originally. We just came back full circle.
Nurture. I mean, when you look at it, they still, even though they look at themselves in that way, they still know that what they're doing is fundamentally wrong.
Right.
The fact that they view themselves is that person, or they deserve to be party to they themselves. I won't say it's irrelevant because it's not. It's extremely relevant.
Damn it!
That what they're doing, they shouldn't be doing.
Mart, you were breaking up a little bit, man.
And that comes back down to.
Sorry, dude. I was leaning all over my phone.
those fundamental problems that we've had throughout history, and they're all coming back. The only difference is the bad in this new scenario is the technology. Technology has surpassed humanity in that respect. We have way too much information, whether we want it or not, all the time. It's fucked up. It isn't good. I'm sorry. I don't think it is good. I don't care. If I had a 4-year-old son, I don't want my 4-year-old son being able to walk into the same room with the 43-year-old people or whatever that are watching stuff on TV they're not supposed to be watching, and let my son in there. That ain't going to happen. I'm going to go in and take my son out. I don't want him exposed to that.
I think he's accusing Wayne of something at this point.
I see that. I'm like, what did I do?
But
the guy in his early 40s is watching porn is...
Just because it's there doesn't mean everybody needs to see it. That's my point. Just
Yeah,
because
but-
they make it in a size 2 doesn't mean someone who's a 22 should wear it. Same thing.
Yeah, but just like a car wreck on the side of the road, everybody's going to stop and look anyway.
You damn
And
straight.
again, things you don't need to see.
See? And he's blaming me for everything.
It makes a nice change. People usually blaming me on this fucking shit.
I blame Obama.
And now he's blaming...
This is the
Keep it relevant,
heaviest.
man.
This is the heaviest MHOG podcast I've ever been on.
I agree. I think this has been a pretty heavy since you've been around. Yeah, you haven't been on anyone that's been like this.
Yeah, we've had worse ones.
I just think it just should be a better world than what it is, and a better world doesn't mean it's one small group point of view should rule the world. I just find that fucked up. So
I just think it's a different world than where you come from.
I've come from Pennsylvania. I moved to Georgia. Now I'm in North Carolina. So I've been 3 places. It's about the same.
Hold on a second. Dick. Yeah, I understand what you mean, Ron.
It's I don't care. I don't care. These little fuckers. I went to Myrtle Beach. Was it fucking last weekend? I went down to Myrtle Beach and I'm walking around and I'm like, yeah, everything's good. And we're sitting there, we're having a nice meal, and fucking these fucking 20-somethings sitting at a table, a gaggle of them. We'll say 5 of them. I don't know. We'll call that a gaggle. Having a overly loud discussion about pointless shit about how they think everybody's stupid because no one takes them seriously. I'm like, you sound like you're
That's
fucking
exactly
14.
what we're doing now. That's exactly what we're doing now.
Yeah, but we're doing it in the privacy of our own studios, not at the dinner table. That's you bitches.
I mean, that's basically every conversation like my family members have, as far as I'm concerned. I'll enter the kitchen and I'll just hear them like discussing just like the most inane shit. And I don't want to be mean, but I'm just like, fucking Christ, like please shut up. Like, no. But it's people. You just got to accept that. Different people have different. Like some people have a more simplistic view of the world.
Different strokes for different folks.
I don't know why Rum is bouncing in and out of this show, but he is bouncing in and out. Wow.
I think he was mad at me again.
Nope, there he is. He's bouncing in and out. And he's back.
Bitches.
You know what? We got one bit of good news.
What's that?
Crackling Rosewood.
Crackling Rosewood.
Mart, you flying in?
What?
You flying in?
For what?
My wedding, October 13th.
That's the day before my birthday.
So, happy birthday. Come join us.
It will be the only time you'll get to see Crackling Rosewood.
Right.
Live
Live on stage.
So, which year is this wedding? This year?
Yeah, like in a few months.
No shit, that's my 40th birthday. The day after my 40th birthday, or the day before, sorry.
Day before.
Is this your second 40th birthday?
Yes, it's his second one.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a thought.
Tell Vickie that
No.
it's a present. I mean, for
Dude, if I could afford to get over there, I'd be there in a fucking shot. I'd happily come.
That's it, guys. You hear that, right?
The money you make in the Skeletal Damage
Merchandise.
alone would get you here.
Go straight back into the band, unfortunately.
Why don't we? Why don't you
I think you need better management.
You should just set up a GoFundMe and have Mart and his wife sent to America.
Yeah, leave the kids. They'll be fine for a couple of days.
Dude, if I could get over there, I wouldn't be coming back.
That's fucked up, bro.
I don't know. We got enough illegal immigrants over here right now. I mean, look, I like you, but I call ICE myself.
Well, but at least on his end, there's no wall yet, so he just has like a small fence he can step over.
It's a big fence filled with water.
The wall was written where he's from.
That's true.
True. You're good point. Another brick in the wall.
That's a terrible accent.
I thought it almost sounds like you.
I like
Seriously?
I like how. Oh, by the way, I came up with a new version of English.
Oh.
I'm looking at britches, like British bitches, britches.
Nice.
Oh, those are pants.
Yeah, they are too, which is why. But people don't really call it that anymore.
Oh.
I guess if
Anyway.
you
Trousers.
trousers.
London bridges falling down.
But I love it. I love it how English people like talk shit about when Americans try to do an English accent. I've heard you people try to do American accents. Like,
Come on, Mart.
I can't do an American accent.
Oh, well, we can't do English ones, but we still do them.
I don't have the necessary chromosomes for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
3 X's.
I'd end up sounding like a fucking imbecile. It's like all Americans trying to do an English accent seem to sound like Spinal Tap.
Well, that's the only English people we know.
And all English people trying to do American accents sound Australian.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I give them that.
I've yet to hear anyone who does a good accent.
What about the guy who plays Wolverine?
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
He's Australian.
Yeah.
Well, then he should sound American then.
So is Thor. The guy who plays Thor is Australian too.
Oh. Yeah. Or is he from New Zealand?
No, he's
No.
Aussie. He was in a soap opera that Vickie used to watch called Home and Away.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
And Rum said, "Oh yeah," like he knows exactly what you're talking about.
I have no idea, but I was glad to keep rolling.
You'd be shocked the amount of actors in America now that have come out of that show. It's pretty substantial, to be honest.
Wow.
Like who?
Fucking hell, let's think.
Jeff Speak.
Isla Fisher was in it. The guy who played Jim Robinson. What's her name? The girl who played Angel. Oh, I'm gonna have to fucking Google this shit.
The guy that played Angel?
No, girl.
Girl, not David
Cynthia
Boreanaz.
Rothrock.
And it's not Cynthia Rothrock, you
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
moron.
You're so old.
That's his go-to, man. That's his go-to.
I know, because she was young and coming when he was in his 30s.
And he was jerking
Melissa
off
George, that's another one.
Who?
Yeah, Melissa George.
She was in the Amityville remake.
Oh, okay. All right.
She was
Amy
fun.
Kegel.
Amy Kegel. She's famous for her exercises.
Isn't that like a pelvic floor exercise?
Yeah, that's what I said. She's famous for those.
Yeah.
She can rip your dick off.
Like, I mean, I just see him in bit parts quite a lot as well. Like, one of them was in one of the fucking Resident Evil films.
I don't understand how Isla Fisher let Borat inside her.
Money.
Borat's not a bad-looking guy.
Money.
Like when he's not Borat, he's not a bad-looking guy, you know?
I still disagree. I
think of him in the Ricky Bobby thing.
Yeah,
that too.
Ricky Booby.
Ricky Bobby.
Oh, mate, I find Sacha Baron Cohen quite funny.
I do
Heath
too.
Ledger was in Home and Away, by the way.
Yeah, he was.
Chris Hemsworth, Isla Fisher, Heath Ledger, Ryan Clanton, out of True Blood.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Julian McCann, Guy Pearce.
Julie McCunt? Is that what you said?
Oh, what's he fucking out of?
Jiggle my what?
I thought he said Jiggle My Cunt was the name of that person.
Surname, I think it's Mahan.
Jiggle My Cunt. That's if that is a true name, that is like one of the that is the greatest actress name of all time. Jiggle My Cunt. Come here.
The guy out of TikTok who plays Christian Troy.
Christian Troy.
Are you talking about? He was also in not Supernatural. The Three Sisters, the fucking Charmed.
That show was tits.
I like Guy Pearce.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Guy Pearce was one of the first ones.
Jiggle my cunt.
Yeah, because his breakout role was LA Confidential. That was 97. Apparently, Wayne and Ron were just tickled to death. And the hilarious thing is, what you said didn't remotely sound like "Jiggle my cunt." I clearly heard you say "Jillian."
Oh my god, dude! I swear, over my headphones, that's all I heard. Because he broke up a little bit over here, and I was just like, "What the fuck is "Jiggle my cunt"?
Well, if you don't know, you shouldn't be getting married.
That's how babies are made.
Holy fuck!
Oh.
I wish I could name the episode that.
Oh fuck! You better calm down, Wayne. You're gonna have a stroke.
You could name it "Jiggle Mike Hunt."
Oh, I could.
Like
That's
he's a
it.
baseball
Perfect. Oh my god, that was beautiful. Thanks, Mart.
Here's another one. You know, in Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, the Transformer that looks like a blonde chick.
Yes.
Blonde chick was also in Home and Away.
Nice. She didn't say anything in that
Strangely,
movie.
also looked like the guy from Nickelback.
Right. Right.
Wait, you're talking about the one that was like a transgender transformer.
Yeah, and
Did it turn into an ice cream truck or something?
Well,
You've seen
she
the
was a
you've
hot
seen the
chick,
Mentalist too, haven't you?
and then she hit a dick at some point.
Yeah, big, massive electric fucking dick.
Jesus.
It's pretty fucked
God,
up.
I must have missed that part of that whole movie because I don't remember that at all.
Oh, I remember distinctly because like my erection took a serious downturn.
Is it the same girl you're talking about, like that shot her tongue out?
So Shia
Yeah,
LaBeouf like
Okay.
goes to college and he gets hit on by this hot chick.
Right.
And like she tries to fuck him, and then like they're horizontal, and all of a sudden you see a big metal dick slowly creeping up. Telling you, go watch the movie.
I'm gonna go watch it because I have to see this.
I don't remember that. Was it an antenna? Was it a finger? What was it?
It was a
I don't
giant
know what it was
dick.
supposed to do, but it came from between her legs and started creeping out.
And that was all Shiloh.
He wishes.
Oh, Shiloh.
Now
I'll
that's
tell you
the guy
someone
who
you
started a
will.
band.
Someone you will know who was in the show was the guy who's in The Mentalist. What's his name? Simon Baker.
The Mentalist. I think I used to watch that show.
Did you say
that
that?
guy?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I know who you're talking about.
It's like a poor man's Lie to Me.
Okay. All right. So you said the Mentalist. Okay. I thought you said the Men's List.
Sorry, that's my accent.
But
That's
no, it's
not-
not. No, it's not your accent, Mart. It's because you're breaking up on my end, and I can't. And when it came through, I was like, "What the fuck is the Men's List?"
The Mentalist. Yeah,
Gotcha.
no,
You know what the men's list is.
Yeah.
he looks like a blonde Thomas Jane. So every time I see the guy, I'm like, why the fuck does he look like Thomas Jane? But he does.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Or that guy from Die Hard.
Right. Exactly. Hans Gruber.
And I think that's the end of the image. I think we've come full circle.
I think we have, and all right. I think that's it. So, anything else you guys want to say real quick before we get out of here?
Yes, I do.
Jiggle
My
Mike.
con.
I knew that everybody was gonna say it. I was waiting.
On that bombshell.
Oh, well, Mart, thank you for coming back on the show, man. You got to come back on more often. We got to figure out a schedule for you since you're
Get
like
over here
at
for
2
the
o'clock in the
wedding.
morning.
I'm so gutted that I can't make it over for the wedding. I really
You're
am.
gonna miss the band, man.
I don't think you understand the gravity of this. I mean, sure, Wayne's going to be married at least 3 more times before he dies, but I will never be on stage again.
Oh.
Before he dies. I mean, the marriage is going to last at least, 2 or 3 weeks. But
You motherfucker.
look, just be glad I'm doing this here and not at the wedding.
That's true.
You know full well as soon as you've got... Are you teetotal, Adam, or do you actually have a drink? Do you partake in alcohol?
I will concede to have a shot with everyone, but
How about
I
a
just-
nice cider?
Ooh,
just-
cider.
I don't like the taste of alcohol. There's just
Well,
no.
it tastes like apples. It doesn't taste like alcohol.
Rum,
You've
why
had the
are you
wrong
turning
alcohol.
into you.
What?
We already. He's like, Rum's like, come on, try it. You need to try it. Do it.
That's why you're angry all the time.
Do it.
You don't drink.
Pressure, stranger danger. Now the reason I'm angry all the
Do
time is because everybody's pissing me off, and I haven't been laid in a very long time.
Well, if you drink more, maybe that would happen.
Yeah.
And also because I'm friends with you.
I learned it from you.
I fucking love this show.
I mean, hell, everybody I know who drinks has made really good life choices. So come on, join the club.
I like how I concede. Like, I didn't even argue. I just conceded. Like, I'll have a shot with everyone for the wedding.
Right.
And I was like, that's not good enough.
No, because
You
have like
have to become.
You're gonna have I'm going to have a shot of fuzzy navel, or I'm going to have a shot of.
Fuck you. I'm a real man. I'll have a shot of either bourbon or whiskey.
Yeah.
No, you won't, and you're not gonna like it. At least
I
drink
won't
something
like
you
it,
like.
but I'll do it in celebration for the. That's not, dude. I've had both.
You know, they make cotton candy flavor alcohol. You could try that. It might be better for you than the hard
Yeah,
stuff.
you know what? And maybe I can try some out of your flask, the dick flavored alcohol.
Oh,
Well, I think
jiggle
it'll
my
be just
cunt.
nice for you to get out of your van for a while and get out. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I'm
What
gonna
you need?
bring you to my van, and I'm gonna like send it into the river.
You need a pint glass. Get a pint glass, fill it 3/4 full of milk, top it up with rum and crushed ice, then blend that shit up.
I don't
That
want to drink
sounds-
with milk.
Hey,
Yeah, you do.
I do a body
Yeah,
good.
What is that?
That's a fucking good drink.
It sounds like it's not.
Entrance.
It's kind of like making your own rum chata, because a rum chata is very much it's like a creamed rum liqueur. So you're
Yeah,
basically making like the blue collar version of that.
Man,
I
we're
heard rum chata is also a horchata.
we're kind of like teaching people how to drink and carrying on.
Rum chata.
And how to commit suicide. And all
Right.
kinds of good things.
Hey,
Yes.
we're hitting all the topics today, people.
Fuck yeah.
You know why
Anyway,
you listen to the Metal
thought
Handed
we were
Guy?
ending this thing.
Because you laugh and you learn shit.
That's right. MHOG,
That's what
we
life's
teach you
about.
shit.
And you
Next
feel
week on the MHOG podcast, how to stab people.
Yeah.
and you feel a little better about yourself and your life because you're like, at least I'm not like these guys.
At least I didn't set a cow on fire, right? Am I
Right? Right? Well, on that note, let's get out of here, guys. Mart, thanks for coming on once again, my friend. And like I said, we're gonna have you on again soon. I was your host, Wayne.
I don't even know at this point. I'm Adam.
Jiggle my cunt.
I'm the rum guy.
And
And that's Mike.
And that laughing bastard over there is the mighty Mart Flannagan. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, to keep it. Oh,
Okay then. That's it. Get the fuck out!
Are you looking to get custom merch for your band? PM Star Promotions is producing all types of promotional items such as shirts, hats, stickers, banners, koozies, skate decks, and much, much more. All products are imprinted in the USA and made to last while keeping your cost as low as possible. Need a shirt design or logo made? The PM Star team has over 20 years experience in graphic design to make your ideas come to life. PM Star Promotions is making their way by working alongside with national bands and record labels including Crowbar, Goat Whore, and Ripple Music. To get customized, dependable work or check out the package deals that fit your budget and other exciting offers, please check out our featured collection on Facebook, PM Star Promotions, or visit www.pmstarpromo.com. It's time to get noticed.